Hey, it's Dave Chapin. Welcome to the Wolf Sports YouTube channel. The Green Bay Packers have been sort of the talk of the NFL through 2 weeks, off to a really good start. Let's go into the All-22 from last Thursday night's win over the Commanders to show what's been going well and the stuff that's been left out there for them to improve on. So let's start from the first drive of the game from Thursday night. It starts with Josh Jacobs. He's a tone setter for them. They went out and signed him last year and has been a perfect fit in Matt LaFleur's offense. Churns forward for positive yardage, gets what's there. They use some misdirection stuff, extra blockers, guys in the backfield. You see Jacobs goes in a very quick motion here behind Jordan Love. Gets the defense's eyes moving one way a little bit, but still up the middle. Then on a couple of back-to-back plays, Dontavion Wicks goes in motion and just quick outs. Beating Marshawn Lattimore here. The motion helps. I think teams, the Dolphins, especially the past couple of years, 2 years ago in particular, get away with the motion with guys moving up the field as it's snapped. So that's a little bit of a disadvantage for the defense, but still getting Wicks in motion. Same concept, essentially, opposite side, a little deeper. Wicks, and you could see the throw. Actually not that great, but he's open by so much. Love leaves it inside, but Lattimore still can't break on it in time. Then dressed up a little differently, but similar to the earlier Jacobs run up the middle a few plays ago. This time Jaden Reed comes in an orbit type of motion. Little fake and Jacobs up the middle. Nice stop by Washington there, but a play that can pop for sure with Jacobs. And remember, Green Bay had two starting offensive linemen out. Next was a holding call on an in-breaking route by Romeo Doubs. Lattimore again in coverage here. They run Tucker Kraft on a motion. Run fake to Jacobs. Middle of the field, wide open, linebackers coming up. And if Doubs wasn't held, could have been a big gain. And this gets interesting. It's been mostly short stuff, right? A couple of quick outs. Jacobs runs, Jacobs fakes. And then the Packers ready to take their shot. Safety's eyes in the backfield a little bit. Not sure exactly what coverage it was. But Love takes a shot. Not bad coverage. Perfect throw. Could have maybe been a touchdown or get inside the 5. But the opportunity was there on the play action fake. And if you watch it, we'll get to it later. Some big plays from him. Tucker Kraft, the tight end, on sort of a wheel. Could add a big gain, an easier big gain here, with a corner going with Wicks as well on the deep ball. So they got behind the sticks a little bit, but Romeo Doubs here on about a 5-7 yard out. Love hits him on time. Get back within the sticks, more manageable as they look to keep the drive going. Next, there was a deep shot. It was a dime from Love, but unfortunately called back due to a hold. Would have been a 40-yard touchdown to Jaden Reed on a deep crossing route, which he excels at. And sadly, Reed broke his collarbone on this, so costly. Then after the penalty brought him back, Washington then does cover. They were stretching the field a little bit, so a lot of space for Chris Brooks to work here in the flat. Love hits him. And again, getting back, almost got a first down there, getting back to much more manageable situations. And then finally, fourth down here on the opening drive for the Packers. And they go for a deep shot. Matthew Golden is open for a touchdown. Love, I guess, late on the throw some. Floats up there. Golden had to wait for it. And ultimately not a touchdown, which should have been. So that's 7 points right there on the opening drive the Packers did not have. And part of the story is how good they've been. But as you can see, the opportunities there, attacking on every level of the field, can run the ball with Jacobs, do run fakes, do motion fakes on runs with Jacobs up the middle. They'll start getting Kraft and the tight ends involved. Here, backed up after a punt, they start with a play action pass in the flat to Kraft. And I like this one, backed up in their own end zone, where Love can either throw it away real quick, he gets outside the pocket with the play design, can throw it away out of bounds if needed, can throw it at Kraft's feet if the defender's right in his face. But here they hit him for an easy first down gain, get off their own end zone line and get moving with the drive. Then next play up the middle with Jacobs, keeping them in a favorable second down situation. The hammer up the middle, and Jacobs will get what's there. And then this was one of my favorite plays from the night. They use Savion Williams on a motion, and he sprints out on a wide wheel route. Luke Musgrave runs sort of a deep crossing route, and then Kraft up the seam between the hash marks and the numbers, wide open. You could even see on the end zone view how Musgrave sort of looking back as he's running his route at the end of his route, knowing it's basically designed to go to Kraft. I'm just assuming based off how Savion Williams ran his route, how Musgrave did that, and it worked out 57-yard gain. So a few plays from their own end zone to the opposing 20-yard line. Next play is Jacobs up the middle. Nice stop by Washington. Next was play action. Tried to hit Kraft in the flat again. Not sure what happened there. Love pressured a little bit, overthrew it. Out of harm's way, though. Then third down, keep out here. Nobody really open As you can see, it's covered up well by the Commanders. But Love scrambles, shows toughness at the end, not just gets the first down, but gets to about the 5-yard line. Offensive linemen, the entire team, they're going to love a quarterback doing something like that. Then finally, after driving almost the full field at the 5-yard line, looks like a run, right? Jacobs scored, and I think it was 9 straight games at this point. Going to make it 10 right here. A super heavy formation, 4 blockers to the left of the center. Should be run on first down, right? But note, play action. Romeo Doubs runs a great route. Plenty of space to work with. Gets inside the defender for a pretty easy slant. Love fakes, hops, and sets. And right into Dobbs' gut for the first touchdown of the game. Now fast forwarding a little bit. Here, a missed opportunity on another deep ball. Matthew Golden, you can see he's flying. Should have been a really long touchdown. He was a little frustrated they didn't hit it. Every quarterback misses throws, of course. Love's in just his 3rd full season as the starting quarterback. But for as impressive as the start has been for Green Bay, maybe the most hype of any team through 2 games, there's been some stuff left out there and could be even more dominant. So missing a deep touchdown throw almost didn't matter. Still drive for touchdown. To cap the drive, it was quick on the touchdown. They line up, snap it. Jacobs gets in for his 10th straight game with a score. Almost feels like they're dominating so much. It's like they're playing a video game and just trying to score quick. Then later in the game, Washington showed a little bit of life on offense. It was almost like LaFleur and company got more serious. Throw Savion Williams back in there. Remember, he ran the hard wheel route, wide wheel to clear things up for Kraft. The versatile rookie has flashes of Cordero Patterson with his ability. Involved here, gets the ball even used as a Wildcat quarterback. Something to watch moving forward, too. I wanted to focus on the offense. It's one that, remember, Aaron Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs, put up insane numbers. LaFleur, for some reason, doesn't get a ton of credit for being one of the best coaches in the league. And you could say LaFleur started with Rodgers. That helps. But a 67-33 he was through 100 games and does an outstanding job of using who he has. Uses just about everyone at receiver. Very deep group. Develops them, puts them in position to make plays. So yeah, I wanted to focus on the offense, but the defense. Micah Parsons in there. Jeff Hafley in year 2 as the defensive coordinator. Off to a strong start as well. Limited that Washington offense. I want to point out Keyshawn Nixon at corner on the defensive side of the ball. But another prime example of the Packers developing guys knowing their roles, finding roles. Nixon previously started as a returner, then was playing a lot in the nickel, and now has made it clear he's here as a starting outside corner. Had, I don't know how many deflections it was the other night, at least 4 or 5 it seemed like. At linebacker, Edgerrin Cooper, plenty of speed and zone coverage, blitzing the quarterback. We know about Parsons. He's just a boost to a group. Lucas Van Ness, basically the 3rd guy off the edge now, with Parsons and Rashawn Gary. And then even somebody like Quay Walker, used to be, I guess, sort of a knucklehead, but then you see this season has the C on his chest as the team captain, so he's come into his own. An interesting unit, which should keep it going in week 3 at Cleveland. Then let's circle that matchup in week 4 at Dallas. That's going to be fun all around. Parsons return, 2 playoff hopeful teams. Packers look well on their way there. So just from watching the All-22, as I said, all quarterbacks miss throws, but the Packers can be even more dangerous if Jordan Love starts hitting more of these. Green Bay will be tested more as the season progresses. 2 great wins already, but both at home against the Lions and the Commanders. In his 3rd season as a starter for the Packers, they'll need Love to play at a high level against top teams when it matters most. But with this Matt LaFleur offense paired with his defense looking very dangerous, there's obvious hope in Green Bay for another Super Bowl. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.